Welcome back to the channel. This is Kevin with Everglades Canine Academy, and today I'm working with the beautiful golden retriever, Hunter. If you guys have been following along, he's one of the two siblings that I have here, and I'm kind of breaking them up, taking them out individually, doing some training so they're not so bonded with each other, although they already are so bonded with each other. But it is really good when you own sibling dogs to separate them throughout the day and then let them come back together for parts of the day as well. So today what I'm going to be talking about is marker training. All right. So marker training is a distinct noise that we make to mark behaviors that we want. It's the bridge to rewarding what behaviors we're looking for. Typically, we pair these marker sounds with obedience training, right? You give your dog an obedience command, they comply with the obedience command in a perfect world, and then you mark that with the sound, and the dog gets typically a reward, right? This is how we bridge communication to the dog, is through marker training, and this speeds up training significantly, leading for more success. And we apply marker training with every single dog that we train over here. So, and marker training is used with other animals, right? Other animals, such as like marine mammals, are using those trainers are using marker training to get the dolphins to do flips and stuff like that. So marker training is a very common practice. So some marker training noises that you may be familiar with. You might see trainers using a little clicker. They hear that they're clicking and marking behavior. That is a form of marker training. I do love using clickers, but I typically just use words or verbal markers. That way I don't have to carry around another tool. So, and my reward marker is yes. All right. I'd like to state it very distinctly. Tonality is very important. So when I'm teaching my clients how I've done it, I really try to have them say yes, just like I'm saying it. All right. And the tools we're using today, the tools you're going to want to use are a leash. In my case, it's a slip lead, my favorite type of leash. And I have Hunter's breakfast and lunch. So I withheld a little bit of food this morning because I want him hungry so I can help train him. I want him working for food. I am using a food pouch. Okay. If you guys are really wanting to get better at your dog training practices and you like training with food, which I hope you do, it's a really great way to bond and pair associations with your dog, is get a food pouch. Too often do I see my clients coming out with, they're bringing the actual whole bag of kibble with them, or they have like a Ziploc in their pocket with treats or food, and they're just constantly fumbling, having one hand with the food, a handful of food, and then a leash. Just do yourself a favor. These are like not even 15, 20 bucks. Buy yourself a training pouch. It doesn't matter what kind, something that holds food. You can even use an old fanny pack or something like that. And put the food in there, because at the end of the day, we don't want to constantly be holding food. The dog will only look at our hands if we're always just holding food, right? We just want that food ready to be delivered once we mark the behavior, because in marker training, timing is everything. All right. So get yourself a pouch. We have leash, pouch, food in the pouch, and I have my slobber towel. Because let me tell you, the dog slobber is real and it will get everywhere on your hands. And it's just nice to have something to wipe your hands off with. Okay. So that's basically it. That and a can-do attitude. And those are all the tools you need. And I do marker training with every dog, no matter what level of training that they're in. And this exercise in specific is the easiest exercise to do. It's what we call loading the marker. Okay, so we need to load the marker with Hunter. He knows a little bit of the yes reward marker because I'm using that for his doorway manners and to come out of the kennel. But really what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce that this marker reward means something to him. So basically, it's a form of payment. So when he hears this sound, he knows that he's done the correct thing. And now, this is a very elementary exercise. It's like the easiest thing to do. Don't make it complicated. Basically, you're going to say yes. You're going to reward the dog and move around a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to show you. I've seen, 100 people do this. I'm going to show you the right and wrong way to do it because I see a lot of dog owners when they first start doing it, they don't really execute it properly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. And then I'm going to show you what to do. Actually, I'm going to show you what to do first. Then I'm going to show you what not to do and what I see a lot of owners make a mistake on and how they execute this. So we're going to use a little bit of motion. So mobility is part of this exercise, but it's nothing that if you can walk normally, it's nothing that you can't do. Okay. So excuse me, how do we load this marker, right? So we need a hungry dog. Is he hungry? Yeah. All right. He's taking food. That's a good sign. And now he knows that I have some sort of value. That's the other thing with dogs is that you have to figure out what is valuable to them, especially if you're trying to do some harder behavior modification, like if your dog is reactive or very distracted or even aggressive towards dogs or people. They find those things very valuable when you're walking them out on the street. It's very valuable to bark at another dog when they're on leash. And we need to try to rewire the dog to make sure that we have something of value for the dog. Okay. I like to use hunger. If I have a dog that's really reactive, I may dwindle down a little bit of food for a couple days, and then I will start training him with food. Maybe his hunger will override the value that he sees in other dogs, and he may find more value in me and eating. That is a great way to help your dog understand how to be rewarded. Don't bark at that dog. Look at me. Now I can feed you and pay you for doing the right thing. Slowly but surely, that's one way to help dogs through behavior modification. And it all starts with this, right? Another thing that I see owners do is they just don't know how to engage with their dog. You want to get your dog excited to be with you. So doing this marker training and taking your dog out and just doing this simple exercise is one way to get your dog to fully engage with you, right? We want our dogs to want to be with us, but we kind of need to train them to want to be with us. All right. We need to show them that we have value and it is worth listening to us. And through this is how we get into like deeper behavior or deeper obedience training, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start executing this exercise. It's really easy. He's not even really paying attention to me right now. So I'm just going to say yes. I'm going to move around a little bit. And the one reason why I have the leash is because if he's not paying attention, I can kind of pull him towards me and direct him to the food. All right. So really simple. We're going to say yes, and then we're going to grab our food, and then we're going to back up and move, and we're going to feed. And we're going to kind of move a little bit. And I'm even going to start introducing some obedience commands and marking them properly. Okay. And there will be a couple other things that I want to talk about because it's pretty simple, but you can make it a little more complicated when we actually really break it down. So here we go. We're just going to start loading the marker. All right. Yes. There we go. We say yes. We move. Good boy. Yes. There we go. Look at him perking up. He already knows it a little bit. Yes. Good boy. Look at that. I love Goldens. Yes. Good. Yes. There we go. And if he's looking at me, that's okay. I want him to look at me. Yes. There we go. Look at that energy. I love it. We're going to start racking them off. Yes. Ooh, let him chase. Let him lure. Lure your dog. Look at it. Good boy. I like to lure. Let's practice some luring. Now I'm loading the kibble in my hand. Yes. All right, and here we go, guys. This is how we want to hold our kibble as well. I'm going to come a little closer to the camera. All right, I have the kibble in my palm. I have a couple pieces, and I'm holding my thumb over it. So I'm not feeding him like this with my fingertips. I'm feeding him with the palm of my hand, okay? So watch this. I can start luring him. There we go. So he's not really eating the kibble. He's licking it because I'm holding it in my hand. Yes. And then I mark, and then I just lift my thumb and feed him. And I got my handy dandy slobber cloth rag. Yes. There we go. I'm also marking for eye contact. I want him to look at me. All right. That's it. Yes. There we go. Now we're adding in some obedience commands. All right. So this is a perfect example of clear communication with the dog. Sit. Yes. There we go. He didn't sit right away, but that's okay. Notice I did not repeat the command. I actually just used a little bit of spatial pressure. I just stepped up to him, and he got the message. Yes. Good. So we're just loading the marker, guys. That's as simple as that. Yes. Good boy. There we go. Hunter, come. Yes. So now I'm going to start introducing the most important command, which is your recall command. All right. Mine is come, right? I like to say the dog's name, and I like to execute the command. Hunter, come. Yes. And it's okay just to do a couple feet. Hunter, come. Yes. Right when he turns to me, I'm immediately marking and rewarding that. Slowly, we're going to work on further distances. Hunter, come. Sit. Yes. There we go. Now we're adding in 2 commands. So we're quickly making it a little more complicated for him, but still keeping it really, really simple. Okay? Just really simple commands. Easy marker, but just timing it right. Yes. If he's coming to me and looking at me, I'm going to mark and reward. So we just change up the variation. Yes. There we go. And, I'm feeding him like anywhere from 1 piece at a time to like 5 pieces at a time. Yes. There we go. It doesn't take long for a dog to learn its reward marker because, he's hungry. It's engaging. Hunter, come. Yes. Very good. We really want to load that recall. Good boy. Give him a minute. Hunter, come. Yes. Good. Yes. There we go. Yes. Yes. Now I want to start marking and rewarding for him looking at me because, he's so focused on the ground. Yes. Good. And this is how I feed dogs their breakfast, lunch, or dinner. All right. When I'm first starting to train them, everything will get a little more complicated. Yes. The marker training is the way to get your dog to bridge that communication gap. Come. Good. Hunter, sit. Good boy. Yes. He's so excited. He's inhaling kibble. He's almost choking on it. He's a good boy. Yes. Look at that. You got to love a dog that's motivated for rewards. All right. Now, if you're out there and you're telling me, oh, Kevin, my dog's not food motivated, blah, 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 blah. I will agree with that to an extent. Some dogs just aren't as excited for food. But, make them hungry a little bit. People get so worried that their dog's not eating enough, but I don't think you should worry. You just give them like half rations or quarter rations for 2 days and then try, right? That's not killing your dog. You'll be fine. They'll be fine. Uh, and then you'll see some results when they're nice and hungry if you're deciding to train with food. Okay? Come. No. Sit. Good. Good boy. No. Yes. There we go. So my other marker is a duration marker. We're going to do that in the next video. I just kind of did one right there. But this video's purposes, I want it to just be the reward marker. Now, what I see most people do when they start this exercise, this is what not to do, guys. So I see a lot of people doing this. Yes. And they go to the dog and they reward the dog. Yes. They go to the dog and reward the dog. No. Let your dog come to you. Yes. Here we go. All right. He might be a little full at this point. I just fed him a lot just now. So you want, and this is a good point. We had a couple good reps, and you can see he wasn't as willing to take the food on that last one. That's when I'm ending the session. All right. I don't want to try to force it. There's small windows with dogs where you can get really good attention from them, and then you should end it at that point. Okay. So don't train for longer than about 5 or 10 minutes. All right. Keep these sessions really short and then be done with it. All right. So I also think he's looking around for his brother, right? So Hunter's looking for Moose. That's another thing. Sometimes if you hear me kind of gripe about sibling dogs, sometimes it's just they don't care about the owner as much as they do their counterpart, right? And as a trainer, we like control. We want the dog to be engaging with us as much as possible. And sometimes it's just a little more difficult when you have a dog that's severely bonded with its sibling. And that goes for parent, dog parent and dog and pup, everything like that. So if you have mother brother, mother or mother son, right, father daughter, anything like that, sometimes just them being so bonded can be a little difficult to train them sometimes. That's why I like to separate them. All right. That's kind of the whole point of littermate syndrome is, it's definitely possible for your dogs to engage with you. He was just giving me some pretty good engagement, and but it did feel a little short-lived, right? And I think what's happening is, as of this point in their board and train, I haven't done a lot of separation with them. So usually they're out in the yard together and I'm training both of them. This is one of the first times that I've had them separated. So he's kind of looking all around. I don't know for sure, but I assume he's looking for Moose. He's like, where the hell's my brother? He's usually chewing a stick and chasing me. But marker training, guys, loading the marker. I love this exercise, right? Advanced training is really just being good at the basics. Okay. So get your foundation right. Start marker training your dog. And it doesn't matter how old they are, right? Just start loading the marker with your dog. It's a really fun exercise. The dog doesn't have to do much, but kind of chase you around, listen for his marker, and get rewarded. And then you start compounding obedience commands on top of that. So in the videos to come, we will start going more in depth in their obedience training. The next video, I think I'm going to be doing this with Moose, so you'll get to see that. And if you guys have any questions, just leave comments. Try to do my best on these videos. But there's just a lot of information to share, right? And so, you can also find my number on my website. And if you don't live in Naples, Florida, I also do video lessons and over the phone counseling. So if you are struggling with technique or you have, questions about your dog, feel free to just call me and sign up, and you'll be surprised at how much information we can go over in a 1 hour phone conversation. So, just because I don't live in your state doesn't mean that I can't get a hold of you. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and end the video here, right? Marker training, super important. Practice it, give it a shot. And if you're working with a trainer, a local trainer, that's great. Talk to them about marker training. Figure out really what it is and how to execute it. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get the body language and the mechanics down and the timing, you will see how quickly your dog will start to learn and how fun it actually is. All right. So with that said, you guys always remember, happy training, and we'll see you on the next video. Go ahead. All right, guys. Thank you.